Hey there, good afternoon, evening, good morning, bums. Welcome to the 2021 Season 2, Bums Corner, Coast to Coast.
Oh,
I'm Tom Marnholt, out here on the West Coast.
and I'm Mike Eshelman, somewhere in the Midwest. Yeah, we are on our 14th
Woo.
episode and our second calendar year of recording.
It's amazing.
This.
It's amazing we haven't been hauled off yet.
It is. Or bored out of our minds and just kind of drop it like so many other hobbies.
Right? We still find this kind of fun and interesting.
It is. And some fun tidbits about last year. We were in 9 countries.
Nice.
And 19 states in the U.S. So little by little, we're getting out there.
Excellent. Keep up the good work, bums.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next time you tune in, bring a friend.
No, have them listen separately so we get credit for
Oh, yeah, that's right.
them. Don't listen to
You can do different devices,
so
yeah.
Yeah, like bring a bunch of people together, everybody get on their own phones with headphones and listen to the show.
Yeah. We need to make a deal with somebody that can give us free headphones, and that could be part of the perk. We'll do like a giveaway.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. Okay, I dig it. All right. I'm going to write that down. In pencil, I'm going to write that one down.
I wouldn't waste ink on it.
Yeah, so here we are, Season 2. I don't think there's been a better time in U.S. history to bring you an hour of bullshit news that has nothing to do with the real world.
I mean, just the ultimate escape.
Absolutely. I would like to sneak in a couple plugs, though. If that's all right with you. My brother and I have, our podcast is now up to 3 episodes. It's called Sounds Like, and it's on Spotify exclusively. And it's like a radio show where we pick a different topic. So we did cover songs that don't sound like the original, tapes or CDs that were stuck in your car for extended periods of time, and what high school sounds like. And what's funny is the tape and CD episode, we actually had a Tom Marnholt story.
Really?
Because, yes, one of my cassettes that was in my car for an extended period of time was In Excess Kick.
Okay.
And, like, when we were 19, you borrowed that CD off of me and had it forever.
Oh, yeah.
And I kept bugging you. I'm like, dude, please, next time you come over, bring that CD. So you finally bring the CD back, and I open it up to play it. And inside the jewel case is fucking Joe Satriani surfing with the alien.
Oh my god. You still have that? I was kind of
No. So some time goes by, and like for my 19th or 20th birthday, we were having a party just because we had a party every night at that house.
Yeah.
And your present to me was all the shit you had borrowed from me over the years. So it was a cassette copy of Tom Waits' Frank's Wild Years. The hardback copy of Stephen King's Tommy
Knockers. Yep.
And inside the Tommy Knockers was my In Excess CD.
Oh my god. Dude. I'm an ass.
It was awesome. So we had a good laugh about that. So again, it's called Sounds Like. It's on Spotify, and probably next month I'm starting up another music podcast called Your Island Sucks, where it's all guests. So I mean, if you want to come in and hang out, you're more than welcome. But people bring in their 5 desert island records.
Mm-hmm.
And we play a song from each album, and then I say whether or not I would stay on their island or like commit suicide by shark, based purely on the music that would be on the island.
Right on. That's a cool concept.
Yeah, thanks, man. It should be a lot of fun. You know, I get to shit on people's music and talk to them for a couple minutes about who they are and what they do.
That's nice.
Yeah, but I'm really looking forward to shitting on people's music.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, specific to to music, among other things, you were the guy. Like in lieu of like the cool older brother, you were that guy that like, hey, listen to this. Hey, I just found this. Listen to this. Like you were the one that introduced all this shit from left field. I'm like, where the hell are you finding this? It's either great or it's like, I just don't get it. More often than not, it was great. It was like, this is so fucking weird. Where has this been my whole life?
we did talk about that in the high school episode that, I worked at a comic book shop when I was 16 up until I was like 20. And the first couple of years we did the pulls where you pull, like somebody wants all the Spider-Man comic books. So every week when the comics would come in, we'd set aside a copy of all the Spider-Man shit for them. Yeah. So it was a back room every Thursday night, and it was me and Adi Cologne. It was this older guy, and he had amazing taste in music. So it was just us in a boombox, so we would switch off bringing in cassettes. So I was introduced to all kinds of music I never would have been exposed to. And then I would bring it back to you guys, like, you've got to check this shit out, you know?
God, I forget. Damn it. Oh shit! The life of me, I cannot remember the guy's name. But it was one of those. We listened to the album, and I'm like, I just stopped writing because I'm like, yeah, never mind. It's like, yeah, none of my thoughts are anywhere comparable to this guy. Basically, just like plagiarized the essence of my soul. So I have nothing left to say. So
right,
you know, it's one of those damn. You know, I forget. Damn it. Not like
it wasn't John Astley, was it?
Oh, I was thinking John Hyatt, but it may have been John Astley.
Yeah, he had. He's a big producer, but he did do a couple albums in the '80s. Everyone Loves the Pilot Except the Crew.
Yes, John Astley. That was the fucking album.
Oh, really? Yes.
Yeah, that was the one that made me question everything. And I don't know why. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you can't find his shit online.
Yeah.
It just doesn't exist anywhere. But fucking phenomenal albums. And like you said, the writing. The second album was, I forget the name of it right off the top of my head. The Complete Angler.
Yeah.
It just blew my mind. And
Maybe
the
that
same
was the
thing.
one.
You know, I thought myself, you know, I was 19 at the time. I'm like, oh, I'm a poet.
But
once you listen to that album, you're like, I'm not shit. You know, this guy just ran circles around me and recorded this in his basement. So fuck me and fuck my lack of talent.
Yeah, I'm gonna go learn how a shovel works because that's where I'm heading. That's where my talent lies. Make small holes bigger in the ground.
Poet laureate, I am not. One other new thing. We have a corporate overlord now.
Yes, we've sold out to the man.
It only took us a year. Yes, we have hoarded ourselves out. So we do have an ad for Big Kitty Labs that we're going to play right now.
That's Kitty with a K.
What?
I thought you said Big Titty Labs.
Oh, no, but that's an awesome name for a website, though.
Oh, reserve that.
Fuck you.
That
I want no.
We'll go halvesies.
There you go. So here's an ad for Big Kitty Labs.
All right, boys, how many dollars you gonna give for it? Hey, come on in there, we're gonna sell a module. Hey, you need a prototype. Hey, dude, hey, come on in here. Come on, Startup Nation. Hey, hello, America. Put that eggnog down and welcome to the new year. You got dreams and we're ready to make them. We got apps, APIs, and websites, platforms, enterprise solutions, and loads of healthcare experience. Better yet, we know what to barbecue. It's a time of promise, people. COVID is on your ass and you're gonna make some cash. The time to innovate is here. Old business, new business, revamping your business. Come one, come all, we got you covered. So come on down to Big Kitty Labs and breathe some life into that big idea you got. And let's get busy today. Visit us online at bigkittylabs.com.
Kitty with a K. Oh, Christ.
I do, want to make sure that the distinction is clear.
Yeah, okay. That's fair. That's fair. I'd hate for Dan to take us over and then to find out that all these people are going to bigtittylabs.com.
Right, looking for
And
plus-size brassieres.
yeah.
And that's not what they do. However, if you run a plus-size brassiere manufacturing organization, they can help you run more efficiently.
That's true. Yes. That would be a cool app. Get
Yeah.
on that, Dan.
Yeah. Go bustmybust.com.
I like it.
Yeah, right
Man,
there.
you were just full of great ideas tonight.
Well, I'm only halfway through my whiskey, so I'm still lucid.
Ah,
Mostly.
boring.
I'm on it. I had to work earlier, so.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, dude.
Halfway through my pint of Jameson.
Excellente. Well, shall we dig into what makes us who we are and dump on some stupid people?
Let's, because it's what America needs.
Amen to that. We are here for you.
Yeah. And granted, it's more difficult. This is one more side note before we launch into this thing. It's been kind of rough to find funny stories about stupid people. Because, regardless of the political, across the political spectrum, it is just the reality of the stupidity that exists in small town America just doesn't compare to what we've seen over the last year from our elected officials and the other cross sections of America. So it's been difficult to do this, but by God, we're going to keep doing it.
I was impressed with how recent they all were. And again,
Yeah.
I thought the exact same thing that, so Tom and I share a Google Drive, and we just put by date all of the articles. And from January 2nd to January 15th, it was just a blank sheet of paper.
Nothing.
I'm like, you poor bastard. I thought he was going to dig through our summer stockpile to find something, but no.
Yeah.
Tom found stuff within the past couple weeks, and it's amazing.
It's tough. Again, the COVID-19 restrictions have kept a lot of folks indoors. There is, the social distance. There's not a lot of folks out and about, but by God, the ones that are.
These are the hardcore people.
Yeah, they're out to make mayhem, and they're not taken prisoners. So.
Well, the first guy did.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, there is that. Good segue.
Nice. So lead us in, man. Tell us about these nut jobs that you found.
All right, here's the headline. I will steal your cruiser with your canine inside because the sun is my dad. Someone isn't very bright. Dateline, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. A man claiming to be the love child of the sun and moon decided to flex his celestial powers by stealing a police cruiser that was carrying a K9 unit. Obviously, police brought that man right back to Earth. The incident happened on December 23rd, with Pennsylvania Real-Time News reporting that Christopher Dryden stole the unlocked cruiser right out of the local police headquarters, but not before shouting that the moon is his mom and the sun is his dad. Officer Tyson Miner says he heard his dog making a racket and ran outside just as his vehicle rolled out of the lot. Several troopers pursued on foot and kept trying to yank the driver's side door open. A slapstick-like montage ensued, with police opening the door and Dryden closing it on them while driving, accompanied by the tune of a very mad canine that was reportedly smashing against its cage to take a chunk out of its would-be kidnapper. Eventually, law enforcement managed to stop the car and wrestled Dryden out of the vehicle. Bail was set at $7,500, and Dryden remains in jail. He faces numerous charges, such as illegal taunting of animals, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, receiving stolen property, and theft. Oh, and on top of it, driving with a suspended license. As for the officer whose car was stolen, police states all cruisers must be locked when left unattended, so chances are pretty high Minor got an earful from his superior. So, Pennsylvania, Williamsport, the thriving metropolis. Right? I don't leave my car unlocked, ever.
No, and that, not that it bothered me, but all right, so we're in Pennsylvania, late December, but it's fucking cold out, man.
Yeah.
And this cop left his dog in his car while he went inside. Now, I don't know what the protocol is. Do you bring your partner in when you're in a canine unit? But, that's kind of heartless. So,
yeah.
I'm wondering, was the car running and this guy just happened to be walking by? This celestial being walked by, saw a running car and thought, fuck it. Having no idea there was a dog in the back. Guten Tag, German Shepherd.
Das ist ein schöner Hund. Komm's mit.
But my favorite part was the suspended license.
Right? Oh, and
the one thing you shouldn't do is drive a car. And this guy went all in.
Oh, yeah. Thing is, too, is, okay, now I've been in one or two police cruisers, and, that's where they keep the shotgun right there in the front. Granted, it's got a lock on it, but, there's stuff inside of a police cruiser that ought not make it into the hands of anybody, let alone a celestial being. So... I don't know. Did he what? They were in the, it happened in the parking lot of the police headquarters. So what was it like? Oh, hey, right. We're all ready to go. Fido. Oh, forgot my gun. Let me run back in real quick.
Yeah, and that's what I'm thinking. Like he was just running in to get something and left the car running with the dog in it.
Yeah, that would be the only reasonable explanation.
Right?
Forgot my badge.
My bullet.
My bullet fell out of my pocket.
Sheriff Andy will be upset if I forget it again.
So, yeah, shame on Officer Minor. But, again, operational security and situational awareness understood. However, you don't expect to have your car stolen out, your police car stolen out of the parking lot of the headquarters.
Granted, yes. And again, the odds are astronomical that, the
I see
son,
what you did there.
The son of the moon and sun would happen to be walking by the second you go in to get your lunch or whatever. So, just bad timing, bad decisions. And what I loved is the fact that the guy had a pretty low bail for what he did, yet he's still rotting there. If you'd think with parents that are celestial beings, you'd have a little bit of cash in your pocket,
right?
Yeah,
they got some petty cash floating around. At least they're good for it,
right? I don't know what you would do for a living with having the moon and sun as parents. I guess. You could take coastal towns hostage and say, I will rise the tides up and drown all of you unless you give me $1 million. Right.
Tsunami insurance.
Yeah. So I don't know. But the little tagline about someone isn't very bright made my day, though. That was beautiful.
Some witty people at the ABCs.
And again, they were probably bored out of their mind with stories that are the same every day, And
it would get difficult for the people that have to curate these things on the daily basis.
Right.
My thing, this is probably a whole different show, but it's like I wonder the people that work in these offices, are they what do they do? Just go home and drink and just weep for the state of humanity.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, we kind of skim the top and pull off the weird stuff, but there's got to be like hours and hours of darkness that you read every single
Your
day.
whole day is to sift through and find the, and again, it's like, on my side, it's like, okay, I sift through the cream. I feel sorry for these people that have got to, walk ankle deep in the shit to look for the pearl.
Right. They say we need a feel-good story at the end of the show. What do you got? Like, I've got a guy who thinks his parents or the sun and moon stole a dog. How's that?
Stop the presses.
Right. Governor, we're bumping you. All right, so going from Greek tragedy to something that sounded totally Shakespearean that you found for us.
Right?
Yeah, this I loved. So, groom gets cold feet, bride marries guest instead. Usually when a bride and groom get stood up... Let me start over. Usually when a bride or groom gets stood up at their wedding, well, no one ends up married. For one bride, though, the show must go on and she married one of her guests. According to a report published by the Bangalore Mirror, a groom named Naveen skipped out on his big day after his girlfriend, not his wife-to-be, threatened to ruin the wedding by drinking poison in front of the guests. So to avoid the scandal, he jetted off with plans to meet his girlfriend and hasn't been heard from since. This left the bride in tears, but her family came to the rescue by scouring the sea of wedding guests for a suitable groom. And they found one. It was business as usual from that point on, with the bride and her newfound lover exchanging vows and becoming a couple.
I love a story with a happy ending.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That was nice. And again, I'll swear I've seen this movie or had to read this in high school, but this sounds super familiar.
Right? It's like, wasn't Jennifer Aniston in this?
Yes. Oh, I love it. But, to make that movie today, like the grittier version, the guest who she ends up marrying would have to be behind the poisoning of the girlfriend. Like, he spent months gaslighting her into it.
Oh, yeah. I'd go see that.
Yeah. So she threatens to kill herself, like, either at the wedding or right before it, or I never could quite figure out if she was there or not. And so, this dumbass jets to go be with her instead because, obviously, she's the better choice since she threatened to kill herself if you leave the relationship. That's love. That's not insanity. That's love.
No, that's what you look for in a stable life companion.
That's right. Good birthing hips and will commit suicide on the drop of a hat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the first. That's like the first argument is that's step one. I didn't get a chance to do the dishes. That's it. I'm drinking poison. Oh, hang on. All right, fucking give me the give me the gloves.
Right.
Get the scrubby. Yeah. You leave your towel on the bathroom floor one more time. I'm drinking poison.
She went all in on that one, man.
And it worked. And that's the thing. It worked. What kind of example is this douchebag setting for the rest of the people? I don't know. Where the hell was this? Bangalore? I don't know. I sent you a copy, a picture. The wedding photo is they just look like the ultimate happy couple.
I was picturing it, when I was making. Oh yeah, I was picturing an Indian couple in my head, and there they are. Yeah, wow, they look miserable. It's like their DMV picture. It's it's like, wow, like these two people are watching like cats being drowned in a lake. They're just. Yes. Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go for the the Indian, like you said. I'd probably have Jennifer Aniston in it, maybe.
Yeah.
What's her name? Jessica Hahn maybe plays the woman that threatens to kill herself. You need somebody a little with a little gravitas to
Yeah.
pull that part off.
Yeah. Like who's like this generation's Susan Sarandon? That's who I kind of see as playing the girlfriend role. Someone who can do crazy well.
I think Susan Sarandon is still doing Susan Sarandon for this generation
She's
too.
still okay.
She just
still
won't go away. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, good on you, Susan Sarandon. Love you in Bull Durham.
But yeah, this was. I mean, sadly, it was sort of uplifting that this poor horse-faced girl that gets left at the altar ends up just marrying somebody that happened to be there.
She's not unattractive. She just needs a little zhuzhing up, and she'd be fine.
Yeah.
Comb through that hair, perhaps.
Well, and the fact that she's marrying a dude that's got a side piece
That just happened. Well, yeah.
that picked the side piece over her, so I understand why she's not feeling her best that day. But hey, you know what? She got a husband out of it, so all's well that ends well.
And it looks like she married the guy in the audience with the biggest watch.
Not where I thought you were headed with that, but
I was thinking about going there, but it was too easy. Not quite done with
guests.
not quite done with my pint of whiskey, so I'm still, keeping it on the up.
We need any male non-married guest with watches 44 millimeters in diameter or greater to please move to the front of the room.
Right.
Nice.
Semi-closeted, no problem.
We'll adjust.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, again, it's a cultural thing, so, to each their own. I get it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was probably an arranged marriage anyway, so, getting the guy that, A, dresses up and goes to other people's weddings and doesn't have a psychotic side piece, she probably got the better end of the deal.
What did he tell his date? He showed up with a +1.
Oh my god, that's awesome. That is Susan Sarandon's role. Just sitting at her table cross-legged with some huge drink in her hand.
That's Kate Blanchett. That's but what? Well, of course, yeah. That's lovely.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I don't want to keep harping on this, but it's just it's kind of mind-boggling. But again, it's an Indian cultural thing, probably an arranged marriage. The ice sculpture was paid for, and it's melting. Quick, somebody put the lei on and stand next to my daughter.
That's right. These scallops cannot be returned. Find somebody.
The deposit is not refundable.
Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, God. So where are we going from India?
From
Florida.
India, we go to Florida. You couldn't avoid Florida for long.
No. And you hit it twice, too, out of 5. That's
not on
40% of our articles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard not to.
True that.
2 men forced to choose between being lame and being arrested. Choose wrong. 2 teens found themselves between a rock and a hard place when forced to choose between being lame and being locked up. T.C. Palm reports that the boys chose wrong because they chose both. An Indian River County Sheriff's deputy came across 2 kids from Verno Beach, Florida, driving around in a golf cart around 4 a.m. late December. So when he gave pursuit in his cruisers, the boys dumped the golf cart and fled on foot. An 18 and 15-year-old began running around in the tall brush and obviously were apprehended after trying to hide in a construction zone. When asked to tell police what in the world they were doing riding in a golf cart at 3:53 in the morning on a cold December night, the boys did not hold back when describing their difficult situation. Apparently, the kids got into a fight with a girl they were visiting at her mobile home around 1 a.m. because she thought they were lame. So they were escorted off her residence, and, well, the two claimed they had no other way to get home other than to prowl around the area in hopes of stealing a golf cart. The boys managed to steal 3, they confessed, adding that when one cart ran out of fuel, they'd hop into the next available chariot that had its keys inside to continue their ride of shame home. Of course, they used the back roads. So not only are the teens labeled lame, they're also marked with prison time because now they face 3 counts of grand theft. TC Palm reports that the boys have been locked up according to the most recent records.
Oh, beautiful.
Damn, I've done dumb things for chicks before. But no.
You've never stolen 3 golf carts in one night?
Never 3 in one night.
Oh my God. It's beautiful. I mean, the 15-year-old will be fine, but that 18-year-old is fucked.
Oh, yeah. Indian River's going to make an example out of that guy.
Yes. And I guess a callback to our first article, there were 3 people that left their keys in their golf carts in Florida.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what life's like in Indian River. It may be Florida's Mayberry, where, leave your doors open. And it's all good. And a pie on the windowsill won't get stolen. But
right?
golf cart with the keys? Come on.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was picturing, since they had to reference the mobile home. I was picturing like a park where, yes, it absolutely makes sense to have a golf cart to jet around your little neighborhood or whatever. But, I mean, do people just not wear keychains in Florida? I understand it's hot and humid, but come on, man.
Well, it makes their culottes ride down.
Is that it? Oh, Christ.
I don't do belts or keychains. So
this was great. So they stole 3 golf carts, and then once they were being pursued by the police, they hoofed it on foot and tried to hide in a construction zone.
Yep.
That never ends well.
All because the trailer park chick they were trying to hook up with at 1 a.m. thought they were lame.
Lame. That's why you never bring your wingman with you to the consummation of the night.
Especially when it's like a 3-year age difference. It's like, what is it? Is he your coach?
Right. You did your part.
Go ahead.
You got me to the finish line, brother. Thank you. And I will return the favor next weekend.
It's like, okay, so with the 18-year the coach, and with the 15, or is it, if it's the 18-year-old that's going to hook up, is it the 15-year-old this is a teaching experience? Is, I don't know, 18 to 15, I don't know what goes on these days. Is this a tag team match?
So in the movie version of this one, these 2 hayseeds go to this girl's trailer park.
Yeah.
She invites them in because it's a little chilly out. It's 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And she's like, would you guys like some, grilled cheese sandwiches? And they're like, no, we're here to spit roast you. She says, get the fuck out of here. And then we get the news article.
Yeah. We can go with that.
Yeah. So there's no winner in this one. Everybody, 3 poor people have to walk around the neighborhood and find their golf carts.
Yeah. I was going to say that they're probably older people that own the golf carts, but
Right.
That's. I don't think that's the case. It's funny because here, I've noticed just in the last year, and I joked about it early on because down in our town, down the street, there's a golf cart, manufacturer seller type place.
Right.
I'm like, oh shit, we should get a golf cart. That'll be awesome. We'll just drive around in a golf cart. I'm like, that's stupid. Well, like 3 people in my neighborhood have them. Like, where are you people going? And sure enough, today I was filling up. Was filling up on beer and smokes, and yeah, they parked next to a golf cart. I'm like, okay, so we're there now.
Are you in like a little residential area that it would be logical? I mean, could you get to everywhere you needed to go except for work in a golf cart?
No, not without going on like Morse Road.
Oh shit!
Not without going on like a divided, not highway. What is it? A city street. There's
a main thoroughfare.
Yeah, because there's nothing. We're in like a little side suburb type little housing area, and yeah, there's the Chevron and the Rite Aid's around the corner, and then the grocery store is about a mile up the street. But they're streets,
right?
But not a golf cart path.
Yeah, my aunt and uncle had a couple, but they were also far enough out of the city where during the week, if you're not going to work, you could get to the post office, grocery store, your neighbors, just jetting around these little golf carts.
Yeah, no, because if I knew who any of my neighbors were, I could see. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to be able to just let me hop in the golf cart. We're gonna go over to Joe's and get shitty, and then I'll hop in the golf cart and eventually make my way back. If I hit anything, damage will be minimal because it's a golf cart. It's largely made of plastic, so I can continue on, and not worry about or feel guilty about not leaving a note. So, but there are several there's 2 over 50 communities. Is that a thing in Ohio? Over 50?
It is, my friend. Okay. Well, 55.
55 vote. Okay. Yeah. I think same thing. Yeah, it's 55 plus. And on the other end of town, where like the big one is, that's Golf Cart Central, and that makes sense because they can come out of there and like right next to it is a shopping plaza, and so they can get to there with the golf cart without having to actually merge with traffic.
Right.
But yeah, not around where I live. So it's just interesting.
To each his own. I mean, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to have one to tool around in the neighborhood, but
all about that.
I'm in the same situation. If I to go anywhere except, the little beer place at the corner, I do have to get on major arteries that are connecting to freeways and
involved.
That would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah. Like when my dad lives in Kentucky, and it's like rural, like down in the holler. They all drive around on golf carts and gators and stuff like that to get back and forth to somebody's house. But that just makes sense because there's a sizable distance between your neighbor, and it's just convenient. Go to the boat dock and things like that. But
yeah. Plus, I mean, if you're out that far, chances are fairly good that your main vehicle is also a pickup truck.
Yeah.
So when you're getting 8 miles to the gallon and, your buddy down the street says, "Hey man, poker night." Like, well, should I spend the $86 in gasoline to get to your house?
Or should I just unplug this bitch and go?
Right on. So another fine tale. These poor bastards are fucked.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
But not as fucked as these next guys.
Oh, these guys.
So, here we go. Investigation into drugs left behind in turned-in rental car ends when suspect returns to reclaim them. An investigation into drugs left behind in a rental car after it was returned ended with the arrest of 2 New York men, according to Albany County Sheriff's officials. Asim J. Hiltz, 26, of Albany, was arrested on multiple felony drug counts in the incident, officials tell the Daily Gazette. A second man, Sharif A. Frazier, of Schenectady, was also cited for violation marijuana possession. Deputies at the Albany County Sheriff's Office Airport Station were alerted by the rental car company on Wednesday that an individual had left drugs in the vehicle. Upon arrival, the deputies encountered both Hiltz and Frazier, who had returned to retrieve the drugs they forgot, officials say in a release. An interview with the suspects, deputies found Hiltz in possession of 140 glassine envelopes containing a quantity of heroin, more than 35 grams of MDMA, 62 counterfeit oxycodone pills pressed with fentanyl, 10 Suboxone strips, and a quantity of marijuana and more than $5,600 in cash, according to officials. Deputies then reportedly found Frazier with a quantity of marijuana. Hiltz was charged with 1 count of second-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance, 4 counts of third-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance, 2 counts of fourth-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance, and 1 count of fifth-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance. All felonies. He was also charged with a misdemeanor 7th-degree criminal possession of a controlled substance and violation marijuana possession. Hiltz was arraigned and released to probation supervision. Frazier was released to appear in court later.
So, my first thing is, like, you read off all of these charges. Degrees of this, degrees of that, degrees of that. All right, well, you guys go home and we'll see you, look for the letter.
Right?
To appear.
Oh,
Drive
shit.
now. All that shit should be illegal. They're not illegal, but should be legalized.
Heroin?
Well, why not? Used to be. I don't know.
Well, not to be that guy, but so was slavery.
Holy shit. You can't go there.
I am straw man.
God. So was slavery. Oh, you're that fucking guy.
Yes, I am that fucking guy.
When a rule of thumb comes from the size of the stick you could beat your wife with.
Oh, I hate that guy.
All I'm saying is...
No, I don't disagree with you. Just regulate it and tax the shit out of it, and we will have no more debt.
Allegedly. Unless you're California, in which case you'd fuck it all the hell up.
Yeah, we'll go by the Colorado method, not the California method. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But holy shit. I mean, okay, so I understand. You're doing a drug deal. You rent a car to do the drug deal.
Probably to be safe. So the cops don't know it.
Because they can't trace it back to you.
Right.
And then you leave the shit in the car. Now, any self-respecting drug dealer would say, you know what? This is the cost of doing business. Let's just chalk it up as a loss and move on. But these fucking yahoos, went back to... I was picturing, the budget desk at an airport. They go back and say, hey,
Yeah. We were just here about it. Just dropped off the car.
I left my CD in the CD player.
It's funny. For some reason, when I was reading this, I kept seeing fucking from Lebowski. Is this your homework, Larry? Is this your fucking homework, Larry?
Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Yeah, and let me scroll back. What was it? One of them was Frazier. Yeah, there it is. Hiltz and Frazier. I'm listening.
And I'm stupid. Asim Hiltz and Sheriff Frazier.
Yeah, man.
Schenectady. What the fuck's going on in Schenectady?
Nobody's getting high now thanks to these two idiots.
The spigot is off.
Yeah. And okay, so yeah, that's another point. We forgot the drugs in the rental car. Let's go get them. But hey, before we go do that, let me grab a bag of weed and stick it in my pants pocket, just in case, we want to get high on the way home.
Hang on. Let me grab this for the road.
Yeah.
The thing is, the variety of drugs they had obviously was for distribution and sales.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At some point, like, I don't know, isn't there like some sort of like angry drug boss that's gonna be like, bitches better get my drugs,
right?
So like I see like a total like 80s not sitcom, but like that movie like shit with that jackass Tom Cruise,
Dune,
Risky Business.
Oh
Dune.
yeah.
The other jackass. Where it's just like this sort of madcap romp around the city, trying to avoid getting killed by Guido the Killer Pimp while trying to retrieve missing object.
Yeah, that's a healthy amount of drugs. That's not
a weekend.
That's no Schenectady party.
Yeah, that's not a Schenectady level of imbibement.
Oh shit! Yeah, God love them.
Unless Schenectady has gone drastically downhill since Shame on you, Schenectady.
Fucking Frazier.
That sort of shit goes down in Albany, but not Schenectady. God.
Oh, so beautiful, dude. So beautiful.
Yeah. Is that...
All right. So, let's see. Oh, yeah. We have more drug stories. More drugs, dude.
Yay! Who doesn't love drugs?
I do.
Yeah. Okay. Here's some more. It's all good. Come to Uncle Tom's. We got it all. From Schenectady. They're idiots.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right, here we go. I swear, officer, these baking ingredients are not ecstasy, meth, and Molly. Word to the wise. Don't lie to the police officer when they hold up your big bag of drugs. The latest snafu from a Florida man goes beyond the classic, those aren't mine, I swear, excuses. Instead, this man claimed his stash of drugs were staples one can find in the baking aisle of his or her local grocery store. 12 News reports that Jethro Genius, 30, was pulled over around 3 a.m. for an unknown reason, and the trooper saw the man's feet playing with a backpack. After being ordered out of the car, the trooper found Genius, who is from Port St. Lucie, had an outstanding warrant for his arrest. The officer then searched the backpack and pulled out 2 large bags containing a white and brown substance. Genius claimed the mystery powders were sugar and a bag of cornstarch to bake a cake, which probably tipped off the officer because who bakes a cake at 3 a.m. in the morning? The officer weighed the bags, which came in at 299.5 grams, or a sixth of a pound. A test also came back saying that the substances were ecstasy and Molly. To add insult to injury, when Genius was taken to prison, he dropped another bag. A white powder substance inside turned out to be meth.
Womp womp.
womp, and he was charged with trafficking. See, I'm out of the game. Phenolphramines?
Sure, skip it.
All right. He was charged with trafficking and obviously will not be doing any baking anytime soon.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
That's
Jethro.
Awesome. Jethro genius.
And it's funny. Again, we go back to Florida, and it's one of those things where it's, the state slogan from Florida was, "We have relatives from Ohio," because it tends to be kind of the thing. You're born and raised in Ohio, and you end up in the Keys or somewhere. But things like this, part of me is there's sort of a warped sense of curiosity. I would love to live in California or in Florida for a little while, simply because
just to see it.
I need to witness this firsthand.
Yeah. And I was trying to think back. I'll swear that maybe this was an urban legend when we were growing up. But I'll swear, like, somebody got pulled over with drugs and claimed they worked at a restaurant and it was ingredients. It wasn't, like, hard shit like this. It was probably, like, weed.
Yeah.
They said it was, like, seasoning or something like that.
Yeah.
But, again, it was probably an urban legend at the time. But, holy Christ. And, I haven't done a ton of baking, but I'm pretty sure that you don't measure cornstarch by the 1/6 of a pound. Isn't that like a teaspoon to make a cake? You take like a little pinch of it.
Maybe he bought it wholesale.
Is that it? And the other fun part of this article, so when you got to the end, Genius was taken to prison. He dropped another bag. The dropped is in quotes. So I'm thinking when they said bend over, that he popped out a balloon.
Or something like that. Yeah. Or it was.
Yeah.
He didn't drop it. It was either extruded or ejected, dislodged.
I would take dislodged out of the other two.
For the sake of the visual. Yes, me too.
Oh, but this guy's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. And what was the other thing that was bothering me about this? Oh, yeah. So you have an outstanding warrant for your arrest, and you're in Florida. Where should you be at 3 a.m? You should be fucking home, dude.
Driving around with a 1/6 of a pound of various drugs.
I mean, you're just kind of asking for trouble when you're driving around at 3 a.m. with a bag of drugs, and you have an outstanding warrant.
What was?
I don't get it, man.
A couple weird things. He was playing with a backpack with his feet. Who drives with a backpack at their feet, like on the driver's side?
Right? Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming he knocked it down there hoping the cop wouldn't see it, but yeah. Okay, so if you're going with the story that these are ingredients, have this shit out in the open, like leave the backpack on the chair.
Put it in a brown bag.
Right.
A grocery sack. Yeah, that's my.
There you go, man. All right, so Jethro, whenever you get out of jail, next time you pull this shit, bring a Kroger bag with you and just put it in there.
Yeah, put it in the center console. Just an empty, Kroger bag.
That way, absolutely.
They are. You can just throw it in your little shopping bag, and there it is. Yeah, well, it's baking a cake. 3 a.m.
Maybe that's what we should do. Let's become drug mule consultants. So, before people pull stupid shit like this, we'll tell you what, here's what you shouldn't do.
Yeah. Run your plan by us.
Yes, absolutely. So email us.
Drug mule efficiency experts.
We have a year of experience between the two of us reading these articles. We know what gets you caught. We're here to help.
We've done the research. We're here to help you.
Absolutely. Oh, Christ. We could single-handedly, we will do more for the war on drugs than Nancy Reagan ever did.
I agree.
Dude, you...
For our side of the war on drugs.
For our team. The casual participant.
Yeah. Sometime participant, often spectator.
Yeah.
I'm fan. Hey, drugs. I don't necessarily do them, but by God, I like seeing you do it.
Yeah. Oh, that was the second best. The first was taking him. The second best, though, was watching somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Whenever, I'm not going to name names, but whenever, like, somebody was about to do a bunch of acid, I had no problem volunteering to be the straight person in the room. Like, you know, I'll keep an eye on you guys and watch and make sure nobody dies, because this is going to be fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And 100% of the time, it was fucking hilarious.
You were the shepherd.
Yep. I had my Orange Crush can. You know, that was safety. And then I would just hang out and watch these people lose their fucking minds. It was great.
I never did acid. Why didn't I? It's such a good guide available to me.
It was... Yeah, it was available to you. But acid's a commitment. Okay, we're going way off topic here, but, you know, alcohol...
Hey, thanks for listening. Okay, go.
Yeah. Alcohol and marijuana, fine. You can take those and do your daily routine, you know, mow the lawn, watch TV, whatever. Acid takes a lot of pre-planning. And as we've seen in these articles, people that don't plan are the ones that get hurt.
Well, it should take planning. And I think that's where people get into trouble is they're like, well, okay, I'll drop this. I got to work in 30 minutes. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They're the ones that end up, you know, burning the building down. And
yeah. Or throwing plates at Denny's with no tops on.
Yes. Thank you, by the way.
But yeah, you know, we're all going to stay in this house.
In the safe zone.
You have one person that'll be there to keep an eye on everybody and make sure nothing bad happens. And it's just lockdown, you know, enjoy yourself, have fun, but nobody is leaving here to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to eat, we're going to eat pizza because that can come to us.
There's no sharp edges.
Yes. And that was it. You know, you put on your Ren and Stimpy and you'd have yourself a good old time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A grand old time. What was that? Damn it.
Yabba Dabba Doo. It was the end of the Flintstones.
Okay.
That's the last line of the ending credit song on the Flintstones.
There it is. Okay, thank you.
Hashtag Rain Man.
Yeah, right. 30 minutes to Wapner.
Oh, so what a great way to start off season 2, man. You found us some winners.
It was a tough sift, but yeah, I'm hoping that the 2021 the horn of plenty of absurdity continues. And not like the absurdity that we see on the news. These are the absurdities that we see in our local communities, and those are the ones that matter.
Absolutely. And, after the month, I guess, or 2 months of the actual news, I was so looking forward to this episode
Yeah.
because I wanted to read about stupid shit for a change instead of things that terrify me, you know?
Yeah. This is stupid shit that yeah, that guy's life is fucked up, but it was fucked up before.
Right.
Fucked up prior to 2016. It was fucked up prior to 2008. That guy was fucked up. And yeah, it's a completely different fucking show to
Yeah.
talk about.
Yep. And
Why?
I'm looking forward to
We
it
don't-
getting
we don't
warmer
explore
out.
We explore the now.
We don't care how you get better. We're just here to make fun of you.
We don't care how you got here or what you do after. We're the guys that point out, dude, you just stepped in dog shit.
And the dog shit is your life.
Yeah, essentially every poor decision you've made has led up to the point where you've stepped in dog shit.
It would be, and I know it's impossible to do this, but wouldn't it be badass that like every December when we have our season wrap up, we like find the people from the season before and see what they're doing with their lives, like if they actually ended up in prison or if they cleaned their shit up or if they were in other news articles.
Or if like they ran for office.
Wow. You went there.
I dipped my toe. That's all. There we go. We're done.
This is such a hard lesson to learn.
But it could be a thing.
Yeah, but like a "Where Are They Now" episode.
That would be, yeah. That's a job for Positive Peg.
Peggy, if you're listening, you have more homework to ignore.
Right? Still waiting on our homework count. Which,
I honestly, I'm going to assume it's going to be 0. I don't think there's any homeless people from our school. When you look at the raw numbers of how many people are homeless. Now, I'm talking about Ohio, not California. But
right.
The homeless people in Ohio.
It was a details.
And any age group, the chances are so minuscule that somebody from your school or your place of business or whatever is living on the street. So, yeah, I'm still kind of brokenhearted that Peggy never followed up, but it was a futile effort to begin with.
And I think you're absolutely right. I think it was a fool's errand, simply because and again, and anybody that listen, that listens, that knows me, knows that I've not been, a rah-rah, sis-boom-bah, school spirit kind of guy. I'm not I don't, live and breathe Watterson. But I think that regardless of your experience at that school, I don't think there's a single human being that went to there that would allow anybody to fall under those sort of circumstances.
Yes.
I don't think any of it. We may not have been as a student body, we may not have been a cohesive thing, but there was enough cohesiveness that I don't think any of us would have let any of us fall through the cracks like that.
I agree most of the way, but there's just I'm thinking back to our class, and again, it was close to 400 people,
which is ridiculously small.
Yes, I could assume 1 or 2 or 5 could fall through the cracks. Not necessarily our particular scenario of being homeless, but strung out, can't hold a job.
Okay.
You know,
Yes, I will give you that. Yes, there's a chance that some among us went down a path that ended up someplace that nobody could have foreseen.
yes. Okay. Now, with that in mind, again, I don't know if, like you said, that the community tried to reach out to that person to course correct,
Mm-hmm.
or if they were just alone, out on their own, and just for some reason or another just went down that path.
Yeah, I mean, because that's a good point. Like myself, I kind of broke there were several years where I kind of broke contact with a lot of you guys, um, and yeah, went kind of down my own little spiral. Uh, and I was fortunate enough to kind of find that big reset button, and on my own, but with the help of other people that weren't you know prior schoolmates, but
Right.
um, that ultimately led me back out of the hole and into where we are today. Which, sorry, bittersweet, I'm sure. Um, but yeah, I think there are several of among us that were our classmates that went down a path where they felt they could not reach out, or
Exactly.
got so far removed where that sort of sense of family, that safety net, just wasn't there.
Yes.
I guess to clarify what I was saying is I think anybody that we were aware of, which is a cop out, and I realize now
Well,
that
and I mean, if you think about it, that number is what, 10 out of the 400 that we kind of kept an eye on to see, make sure that they didn't end up in a ditch somewhere dead.
yeah, but 10 out of 400.
Yeah, I think we did okay.
I mean, I don't know, 350,000 out of how many billion?
Right.
Got shit locked
So,
down.
I mean, and again, if you look back, especially our little group of friends, I assumed half of us would be dead by the time we hit 50. So, I think we're doing pretty fucking good.
Damn, half. You're dark, dude.
Well, a couple would burn
I had like
themselves out.
3 out of the. I think it was like a, you know, 10% perhaps.
Uh, yeah, I assumed like liver damage, heart attacks, and then yes, the going out in the blaze of glory would take a few people with it, but we're doing all right. So yeah, again, Peggy, if you're listening, you don't have to follow up with that because honestly, I kind of don't want to know, you know, that somebody that we went to school with is on hard times and is too embarrassed to reach out or for whatever reason can't reach out. So I don't know. I don't want to make a thing out of it and you know start tracking down everybody who went to school with and make sure they're okay.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of do. But not to make fun of that, not to exploit that, but to like, dude, you fucked up. Here, come here.
Right.
Let's fix this. But I
Uh,
mean, I, I, I can't fucking fix you.
exactly. And I mean, yes, that's very altruistic and that's the right thing to do, but where do you even start, you know?
Yeah.
Do you just grab your yearbook and say, "All right, I'm going to start with the A's.
Mhm.
Arnold's fine. Let's move on to the next
Yeah.
one and see, where the fuck they are."
Anderson, you good? All right.
You good?
Armstrong, you good? All right. Look, you got a phone, so you must be doing something. Okay.
Yep. So I don't know. Maybe not necessarily people we knew 30 years ago, but I don't know. Keep an eye on your neighborhood.
And that's where I
Don't
think,
make friends with your neighbors, but try and help out. Give something to the community. that people in need can at least facilitate.
Yeah. It's the smallest thing, really. It sounds so fucking cliche. Oh my God. I almost said it without the disclaimer. But like the smallest little thing could be huge to somebody.
Right. Absolutely. So next time you go to the grocery store, find whatever mac and cheese is 10 for $10. Buy $10 worth and take it to somewhere where people that need food can get to it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Harumph.
This shit got serious, man. I was hoping that season 2 would start off just batshit crazy.
Did you think 2021 is going to be any different than 2020? You've been talking to Jethro Genius.
Jethro Genius.
Oh, yeah. He got the hookup.
So, all right. So, I'd say we should probably cut this thing off while we can before we go even darker and just say, hopefully next month we'll have no serious stuff and just all laughs and jocularity.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the plan?
All right. So have yourselves a great month, and we will catch you guys next time.
Happy New Year, bitches.